I was listening to Benjamin Dixon. This was episode 642, Andrew Gillum, Stacey Abrams, and why identity politics matter on so many levels. And it just ended for me. It's 12:28. I just got done listening, and actually it came up at the right time, because as it was nearing the end, I couldn't tell, but as it was nearing the end, I started thinking, you know what, I need to comment, because there's a few things here and there that it was sparking things for me. No knee-jerk reactions or anything, but he touched on Andrew Gillum and him winning and all this. He's talking about shorthanded voters or single issue voters. Basically, it's not really one and the same, but it's a kissing cousin. The shorthanded voters, they're people. He was talking about how he was listening in church and stuff, and the preacher or pastor, whatnot, was talking about, the black man winning, and everyone's like, yeah, and he said he had a moment where critical thinking, where he was like, I wonder how many of these people even know what he was for, and as he was explaining the shorthand voter, meaning the voter of somebody that's like, okay, we love him because he's black, so we're really cheering that because he's black. We're black. We got somebody that identifies with us. That's the point of identity politics. We're black, he's black. That means he's gone through some stuff. That means he understands the struggle. He understands what's going on, and most likely anything he does, it will be on the side of actual change to help the black person. So if he wants to help himself get out of any financial burdens, and therefore he would not want his black brothers and sisters to go through the same thing, and therefore he will pull them out too. So all of his policies will be geared towards helping black people. That's the point of that. That's identity politics. All right, that's why that's important to black people. Just like if Mexican Americans, whenever there's a Latina or Latino who wins any political position, they feel the same way. The problem is you don't want to get Barack Obama. You don't want someone that looks black, got some bass in his voice, that got that swagger, that got his cool style going on, that gets up there and talk his talk, walk his walk, captivates everyone, and then gets in there and it's like, oh man, oh, you're a racist in black skin. All right. Oh, no, you don't hate black people. You just do everything the white people tell you to do. And you're crushing us. Okay, you gave us a bone, but you're giving them the whole damn cow. So that's what that is right there. And people who woke up to that realize, oh, crap. And white people that voted for Obama that are not racist, it's kind of like, maybe I was wrong. And it's like, no, we don't need that. We need you to, So he was also talking about shorthanded voters, the ones that's like, okay, you know what? He's black. Yes, that's 90% of it. Then the rest, he's Democrat. So he's black and not a Republican. So we got to vote for him. He's going to win. Okay, but damn Barack Obama, he might Doug Jones you. He's on the right side of everything, and then all of a sudden he gets into power. Oh, well, I don't know what happened to my positions. I just changed. So you got to think about that too. But that's what, identity politics. I'm black. I go through stuff and I get to see the world in a more, oh my damn, this is going on point of view. I don't have rose tinted glasses on. I can't see the world with, it's about your attitude. It's about how you, act in front of others. If you present yourself in a proper manner, you'll be able to walk through those, those very illustrious doors. No, it ain't. No, that's not how it works. Does my name sound black? My name is Cedric. No, there are lots of white Cedrics, well, mainly in Europe. But, okay. So by my name alone, Cedric Kennedy, I can get in the door. Just on paper, I can get in the door until they see, oh, African American. On every job that I've gotten in the past, when I was able to get the job, I put down other. I put down other. And when they put SATs and whatnot, I put down other. When it came to jobs I didn't want, I told the truth. African American. That was the only difference. I didn't get those jobs. I told the truth on those. I did not get those jobs. That's just how that goes. And I mean, it's like you got to get the job. And I'm like, shit, I'll just tell the truth. Oh, they didn't hire me. Look at that. So yeah, I would use racism to help me not do the things I strongly didn't want to do. So can racism be good? Nah, for someone in that situation, that's about it. But it sucks if you have to be there. So shorthanded voters are the ones that's going to vote based on skin color, based on is there a R or a D next to their name. They're not going to think about the policies or anything like that. So he was going over that and whatnot. And then he started talking about, because black people, we want radical change. That's what we want. And that's what we're geared towards, because that's all we got is radical change. And it hit, it was bugging me on that a little bit. And I was like, not bugging me in a bad way, just kind of, jumping on my brain, getting a little bit up in there, getting up in my mind, getting up in the folds of my brain, And so I was thinking, let me listen to this, because I'm tired of hearing these Republicans on TV, these outer city people talking about radical left, the leftists, the radicals. The liberals. That's all I can see. Just big flappy jowls. But this, what in the hell, So let me listen to him for a second, because I keep hearing this. And then all of a sudden he said something about Gillum being radical, and then we're voting radical and things. You can listen to the program. It's a good program. He's not getting overboard like he usually would. So this is a good one to listen to. So it's in the beginning if you want to know which number and the title to be sure of everything. But he touched on, I was like radical, and I was like, and it hit me. I remember when Obama was running, and he said, we need radical change. We need change for African Americans. We need change for our poor white brothers and sisters. We need change. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, the term radical was thrown out before that. He adopted the term radical, and he went with it just for a little bit until the outer city news actors decided to adopt it and use it against. Obama's a radical. He's being very radical, and then it became a dog whistle. It became a dog whistle. The radical left. Yeah, radical left. I started understanding it meant minorities, mainly black people. It mainly meant black people, but not like you think. Not like you think. It was different. It's not saying we don't like black people. Although clearly, yeah, but no, it was different. It was radical usually means a black candidate or minority, because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she was cited as radical. Elizabeth Warren hasn't been cited as radical as I could tell. Hillary Clinton was not cited as radical, because females don't have anything. So Donald Trump had to make something up. So basically saying that she doesn't have the stamina. She doesn't have the energy. And for a very short amount of time, Alexandria and other female candidates, others kept wondering if they had the energy for the entire race. So there's a pattern. And radical, let me tell you something right here, okay? Radical change. I'm not going to tell you for or against it. I'm not going to tell you what you need to be. I'm going to tell you this. When you hear radical change, it basically means against the tradition. Does radical change equate to losing white Christian male power? That's what radical change is. It goes against white Christian male power. There are a lot of white Christian males who don't give a damn about having power. They don't care about being in charge or anything like that. What they want to do, live their lives, go to work if they got a job, raise a family if they've got one, go on dates. They don't care about power and money and all that. Needing money and caring about money are two different things. This is a capitalist society, so we direly need the money, and the money is controlled. When you have radical candidates, then what they're saying is they are going to shift the money that's going away from them back towards them somehow. They're going to help the minorities be okay. That is the issue. I think we need to understand radical is not something to demonize. It is something to open your eyes. Bernie Sanders adopted socialism. He had to think about it for a while, and he adopted socialism. So that's good, because the word has been demonized for so long. He decided to run, and now, because of him, because people with brains, forward-thinking, progressive-minded people who have brains, they've got a lot of folds in their brain, well, around it. Their brain has folds, and it ain't smooth. I know if your brain is smooth, you're dead. You've been dead a long time ago. But I'm just, I'm picking on people. Let me pick, damn it. So, so that's what's going on. People with brains like an orca, look it up. They are the ones that want change. They looked up, what is socialism? What can it do? What would happen if you had majority socialism with some capitalism? What if you had that? See, at one point we did. It was a mixture of socialism and capitalism, and then capitalism became abusive, and then you ruin everything. Socialism took cuts. Police department took cuts. Fire department took cuts. Medical facilities took cuts until they turned private. And when the medical facilities turned private, then they turned for profit. When they turn for profit, they turn away minorities. And when you start turning away minorities, you lose money. And when you lose money, you got to get it from somewhere. So you raise premiums, you raise costs, you price gouge everything you have. So now the minorities really can't afford it. But then all the middle class and up can afford it. But then you realize not many middle class, because they have the money to have preventative measures, they don't get sick as much. They aren't hurt as much. Black people, on the other hand, they are the dumpster fire of America in terms of who gives a damn about them. So you have no problem putting waste and stuff in their yards. You have no problem polluting the lands of them and indigenous people. You have no problem doing search and seizures on all minorities, imprisoning all minorities. And are there more white people in jail than black people? Of course. There's also more white people in this country than black people. Therefore, since a black person is 4 times more to get caught and imprisoned for a crime, that still means every 4 black people that go to prison, a white person has to go to prison. And when you got black people that says, I'm going to keep my nose clean, then the cops got to go to someone, because you have to fill this for-profit country. So that's why we have people running under the socialist moniker. You have people running under you got democratic socialists. You've got your Justice Democrats. You've got your radical candidates. You've got anyone that's going to use these words that have been used to demonize everything. They're going to use them and give them the power that they should have had. And that power is called equality. Look it up, understand it, discover it, be happy that you at least can say yes or no to something you're informed about, at least a little bit informed about, instead of socialism bad, no, radicals, no, because you're radical left, no, nah. And as Benjamin Dix was going on, we're still in an age where we're still having the first black this, the first gay that, the first lesbian this, the first transgender anything, the first. Honestly, if we were a country that was actually worth a damn, we would no longer be saying the first. We would be saying we have another. And we would be like, you know what? We've got people in the country runs smooth. Everyone can be happy. And if you're not happy, somebody's going to come and try to figure out what's wrong. And I'm not talking about feelings of happiness. I'm talking about your lifestyle. And you shouldn't have to get to a certain percentage before you are seen as a person or people in need. As soon as you know there's a poverty, like, oh wow, 1% of the nation's in poverty? What? We have to fix this. You know, that's what you do. You fix it. And you've got those of tradition who don't want to fix it, and those that are not traditional who are very liber and they want to buck the system and they want change. They are socialists. They are radicals. They are not white, male, Christian people in power. They are people of color. They are women of any shade, because we're all shades of brown. I don't care if you're a white woman. I don't care if you're so dark you're damn near purple or green. You're a woman. You're a minority. Despite there being more of you than men, you're a minority in terms of power. So if you want to claim some power, you are a radical. If you want to try, you're a socialist. Even if you're a Republican female running for your district, you're a minority, and the white male Christians don't want you in power. The only time they will accept you in power is that there's nobody running against you, and the alternative is a Democrat. And what's worse, a non-establishment Democrat. So that's what he was going over. These are the things that spawned in my mind that I was thinking of. There might have been more that I just kind of didn't do or mention or whatnot, but yep. I'm just sitting back with my hands over my head and with the microphone strapped over my shoulder, well, laid over my shoulder, because that shit broke, man, ages ago. But yep, that's me right now. So I'm getting back to working on this wrestler and whatnot. So this is Cedric for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.